Hello. Welcome back to JS Candid. And there is all kinds of strife in the MAGA movement in the Republican Party right now. And I find it to be one of the funniest things I have ever seen in my entire life.
As President-elect Donald Trump is preparing for a widespread immigration crackdown when he takes office 25 days from now, we're seeing a crack between some of his top advisors and his MAGA base. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are both facing major blowback from their own supporters for not only backing, but encouraging offering more visas to highly skilled foreign workers. Over the Christmas holiday, Musk posted this online saying, "Think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be." He later added, "I'm referring to bringing in, via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning." He's talking about H1-B visas, which allow employers to hire highly skilled foreign workers. Musk, who himself is from South Africa, said that he once had this kind of visa, and he's arguing that Silicon Valley is facing a shortage of excellent engineering talent, as he put it. But the annual cap on those kinds of visas right now is at $65,000, with another $20,000 for those who get a master's or a doctorate in the U.S.
So over the Christmas break, instead of being, happy about the holidays and enjoying family, they are on Twitter having an absolute meltdown because Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy backed a decision for Trump to make what is his name? Sriram Krishnan a head of their technology sector, if you will. And so they have been pushing the H1-B visas, which allow highly skilled foreign workers to come into the country and work for different tech companies or become doctors or, something like that. During Trump's first term, he actually restricted a lot of these legal ways for immigrants to come in. He didn't want that. He made it harder for them to come in. The MAGA movement really, they got down with that because they are completely against immigration, even though we are a country completely of immigrants. Every single one of us, except for Native Americans in this country, came from somewhere else. But they don't like it. They want, America to be not a country of immigrants. They want America to not let immigrants in at all. And that's that. Well, now that faction of the Republican Party, the, MAGA movement, is super upset with Elon Musk, an immigrant, and Vivek Ramaswamy, an immigrant, who, or at least the son of an immigrant, I'm not sure. But they're really mad with them because they are, oh my God, pro-immigrant. Who'd have thunk? But it has to be, the top skilled immigrants with degrees and stuff like that coming in. That's what they want. But what they didn't realize was that MAGA does not care about what kind of skills they have. They don't like non-white people at all coming into this country. They don't like immigrants at all coming into this country. And I think that is the hilarious part, because when people, voted for Trump, they said that they voted for Trump because they wanted a better economy and all of this other stuff, and they wanted to crack down on immigration because, of crime and this and all these scare tactics that they used to demonize immigrants, they voted because of that. At the same time, these same people want to gut, or at least do completely away with, the Department of Education in this country. So you don't want people to take advantage of the H1-B visas that would allow for educated immigrants to come in and work to better the economy of America, work for Fortune 500 companies to keep us on top when it comes to engineering, our breakthroughs with the medical field and everything like that. They don't want them coming in from other countries to do that for us. But at the same time, they want to not up the education of our children. How do we square that? I just want to know. How do we square a war on books, a war on education, a war on, making sure that kids are fed at school so that they can learn better at school? How do we square that with, wanting to win, wanting to be on top, but then you don't want to invite people from other countries to fill the gap that we're not filling with our kids?
Musk is being backed up by his partner in Trump's government efficiency initiative, Vivek Ramaswamy. He says it's a cultural issue that there aren't more competitive engineers in the U.S. Here's what he said online. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. But that argument is not going over well with Trump's MAGA base, certainly not online. Some of them saying, we did not ask them to engineer an immigration policy. Tech wants indentured servants, not high-skilled workers. You don't even know what MAGA immigration policy is.
Vivek Ramaswamy, although admittedly not the best way of saying these things, but he kind of had a point. He said that, it's a cultural thing between America and other countries, where basically he said that we value the jock more than we do the mathematician or the valedictorian. He did a bunch of pop culture references about like Stefan and Steven when it came to Family Matters, for example. In one way, I feel as if you can enjoy those pop culture, TVs. He said something about not, instead of watching TV, read a book, that kind of thing. As a writer, yes, read books. Books are great. Love books. But I also love TV, and I also watched Family Matters and Saved by the Bell and all that. You can enjoy both. You don't have to do one or the other, by the way. It is actually better to be well-rounded instead of just one thing. Being a well-rounded person is much better, but I digress. But his point, at least I think his point was, in America, we value more aesthetics as far as our looks, who looks the best and who's the strongest and this, that, and the other. That's why we're paying $7 million to baseball players. But then the teacher only gets like $35,000 a year. You can't argue with that point, right? Like, there is a problem with the values of the jock versus the values of the valedictorian, right? But that is not to say that you can't enjoy your pop culture. Like, watch your TV, okay? Just do it. Anyway, but I think that kind of gets down to the core of what I'm thinking now, is that the MAGA movement, they don't care what will actually help the economy, right? And they don't care about it's only the illegals that are coming in from the border, and it's only the illegals that are coming in illegally and hurting people and this, that, and the other, and sneaking over and all that. They don't even like legal immigration. They don't like any immigration. And it kind of sheds light to the people that say that they didn't vote for Trump because, for Trump's immigration policies, because, he wants to stop illegal immigration. It makes you wonder if they didn't vote for him because they just wanted America to be more white, right? They don't like people coming in from India to work for our tech companies to better the technology of America. They don't like the immigrants from Africa that could come in and be doctors. You know what they're doing as doctors in Africa right now? Like 3D printing hearts and things like that to translate or transplant into people. That's what they're doing in Africa right now. They're what? They don't want Africans though coming in and bettering the medical fields in America. They don't even want immigrants from down south coming in to pick our fields. Something that they would never do. They don't pick their own fields. Why do you think black people got here in the first place? White people don't pick their own fields. That's not a thing. For the white people that do pick your own fields, you are few and far between. They are angry because they thought, and the rhetoric was that America First, which is 100% a Nazi term, by the way. America First, they thought was gonna be basically America white. We're not letting anybody in from other countries, especially not dark countries. Are you kidding me? Because we're gonna keep all these white people here. Yeah, we're gonna elevate the white people in this country. And that's what they thought was going to happen because of all of this race war stuff that was going on during the election. They thought that. And Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, they also had it, had that whole rhetoric ready. And now once they get in there, you realize that they think Americans are stupid. That we don't have education, the same education as other countries. And if we want to win, which is something that Elon said, then we need to recruit people from other countries to come and work here, because if they don't, then other people, our adversaries and things like that, or people, countries like that will snatch those people up and use their expertise for their country. And that's honestly what the premise of America's immigration policies to begin with have all been based off of. I mean, do you think the guy that created the atom bomb was American? No. Do you think the people that got us to the moon were born and raised in America? No. With the exception of the Hidden Figures ladies who were black. No. We have always used foreign technology and foreign people to advance America. That is literally what America is founded on. We were founded by immigrants. What did you think was gonna happen? Anyway, and so the tech bros, they understand. They just tricked people into thinking that they hated immigrants. And they probably do, to be completely honest. They probably do hate Latino immigrants coming from the South. They probably really do not like them, even though they know good and well what they do for this country. They hire most of them to clean their stuff and do all that. They know that they do the jobs that Americans don't want to, you know? And so, it's gonna be very interesting to see this play out. I am having a great time watching them eat their own, because of this. And I know I've been everywhere in my thoughts with this, but to be completely honest, I don't disagree with the premise of what Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk are saying about immigrants. That is the way immigration is supposed to go in this country. We can do both. We can, heighten the education, which if MAGA doesn't want us using immigrants to fill in the gaps for technology, they should not be so against our education system. They should be doing everything they can to make sure our kids have the best start in life, but they're not. They don't do that. They make sure that our kids have the worst start in life. They make sure that our kids are hungry when they're trying to learn because of the lack of a system where they provide lunch and breakfast for the kids. Why are they against lunch and breakfast for the children if they want their children to learn? Why are they against books and accurate history? Why are they against a curriculum that is the best one to make sure that our children are educated enough to become engineers, to become doctors, and become lawyers and these things that they say they don't want to get from other countries? Well, that's fine. If you don't want to get these things from other countries, banning H1-B visas is not the thing that you need to be focusing on. It's focusing on making sure that our kids are properly educated instead of having a war on education and telling people, who do read, who do speak with proper diction, that they are wrong or bad for doing so. The MAGA movement and Republicans in general have been waging such a war. They've been trying to dumb down our country for years. And the reason why is because stupid people, put frankly, are easier to trick. They are not free thinkers. They are easy to trick. They are easy to lie to because they don't think for themselves. They are easy to manipulate, and they are easy to make you vote against your own interests. That is why they want to dumb down America. So you cannot dumb down America in order to have your people never question you and never and just take what you say at face value, and continue to have America stay on top when it comes to technology, medical breakthroughs, and all of that other stuff, without having immigrants from countries that do value education come in and complete the system, fill in the gaps. You can't do all of that at once. So again, I find it very interesting that a lot of things that they're saying are things that I'm looking at like, but I thought you didn't like education. But then you're like, you should have more education so that you don't need immigrants. Well, that's what I've been saying the whole time. So those are my thoughts on the political turmoil that is going on in the MAGA movement over the Christmas holiday or over the holiday. I would love to see what you guys are thinking about this, because the left is angry with Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, but then they secretly agree. And I'm like, I mean, I'm angry that they grifted everybody, but I'm not angry with what their premise on why they need the H1-B visas. But I am mad that they're talking about gutting the Department of Education. So those two things don't seem to work for me, but whatever. What do you think? Put your answers down in the comment. I just did a video about a comment that I had gotten that I wanted to respond to via video, and I'll definitely do those if I see comments that are, worth hashing out and talking more about. So thank you for that comment, and definitely put more comments down below, and subscribe and like this video to help the algorithm out. It's a very, very small channel, as you can probably see, and I would love to grow it. So thank you so much, and bye everybody.